Hey everyone, I'm Dean and welcome to another video. Okay, so I want you to imagine we're still in the 80s and 90s. You're sitting in front of an old school computer, probably one that makes that whirr beep noise every time you turn it on. The screen is chunky, the pixels are huge, and you're totally lost in a text-based adventure like Zork, making life or death choices for your character. No graphics, just words. And yet, somehow, it's the most thrilling thing ever. Now, fast forward to 2025. Barcelona-based tech whiz Daniel Puchow, a guy who's worked with Green Boy Games, has created something that takes that old school magic and brings it into the modern world. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Ink Console, a beautiful Frankenstein of an ebook reader and a gaming handheld that lets you dive into interactive text-based adventures like never before. Yes, you heard that right. It's an e-reader that plays games, but not just any games, text-based RPGs where you decide the fate of the story. And before you say, wait, isn't that just reading? No, it's gaming with words, and if you love a good book or an old school RPG, this little gadget is about to blow your mind. What's so special about Ink Console? So what makes Ink Console different from your average e-reader or gaming device? Well, first off, it's not just an e-reader. While Kindles and Kobos are great for passively reading books, Ink Console takes things up a notch by making reading interactive. You don't just flip pages, you play the story. And it's not just a gaming handheld either. There are no high-speed chases, no shootouts, no crazy button-mashing combos. Instead, you get to experience the power of your imagination, making choices that shape the story, collect items, manage your character's health, and embark on quests that feel just as intense as any action-packed video game. Basically, if an e-reader and a retro gaming console had a baby, Ink Console would be their weird but extremely cool kid. The design retro but make it modern. Ink Console is a love letter to vintage gaming, and it shows in its design. This thing is pure nostalgia, but with just the right amount of modern day polish. Here's what you're working with. A 7.5-inch e-ink display, 800 by 400 resolution. That means crisp text and a smooth reading experience, but in that classic monochrome look that just feels right for a text-based adventure. A joystick and a potentiometer. Because clicking on choices with a touchscreen would be too easy, right? This gives the device a fun, tactile feel. A possible mini keyboard. Still in the works, but if added, this would let you type out responses, making your conversations in the game even more interactive. Imagine AI-powered NPCs responding to you in real time. Wild, right? A 32-bit dual-core processor. Okay, sure, it's not winning any fastest chip of the year awards, but let's be real, you don't need insane processing power for a text-based adventure. 4 MB of flash memory and 8 MB of PS RAM. Again, not a gaming PC, but more than enough for immersive story-based games. A 5000 mAh battery. Since there's no power-hungry graphics to render, this battery could probably last forever. Well, not forever, but a really long time. And because Daniel Puchow knows we're living in the 2020s, he's made sure to include an SD card reader, expand your library, load more games, a USB-C charging port, bless him for this, stereo audio output, and a 3.5mm headphone jack, because some adventures deserve a moody soundtrack, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth 4.2. Stay connected, download new games, possibly even play multiplayer text adventures, who knows? Gaming meets storytelling, the heart of Ink Console. Let's talk about the games, because at the end of the day, that's where the magic happens. The Ink Console is built to be an entire ecosystem for interactive storytelling. The preloaded library includes everything from deep-sea adventures to sci-fi epics to fantasy quests filled with dragons and treasure. And the best part, you can create your own games. Yep, this thing is open source, meaning the community can create and share their own game books. With its software development kit, SDK, anyone can craft their own branching stories, complete with an inventory system, because collecting magical artifacts is a must. A health status system, because what's an RPG without the possibility of death? You don't even need to know how to code. If you've got a killer idea for a story-driven game, Ink Console gives you the tools to bring it to life. This means the library of available games will only keep expanding, filled with indie creations from passionate storytellers and gamers. Who is Ink Console for? If you're wondering, okay, but is this thing actually for me? Let's break it down. Ink Console is perfect for old school gamers who grew up on text-based adventures like Zork. If you miss the glory days of gaming when imagination was the best graphics engine, this is your time machine. Book lovers who want a new way to experience stories. If you've ever wanted to literally be the protagonist in a novel, Ink Console makes it happen. Writers and storytellers who want to experiment with interactive fiction. No coding required, just a great story and a creative mind. People who love quirky, retro-inspired tech, because let's be real, this thing just looks cool. The big question, when can you get one? Okay, so here's the deal. There's no official pricing or release date yet. I know, the suspense is killing me too. But given the buzz around it and the sheer creativity behind the concept, it's only a matter of time before we get more details. Daniel Puchow has crafted something that feels truly special. It's a story-driven experience that puts you in control. So if you love books, love games, or just love nerdy, retro-futuristic gadgets, keep an eye out for Ink Console, because this little device might just redefine how we experience stories. Until then, start brainstorming your own interactive fiction. You might just be one of the first creators to bring a new adventure to life on the Ink Console. Your ticket to retro awesomeness is just a click away. Hit like and subscribe to Retro Pocket now.